Good morning. Sitting back with coffee on a day off and trying to get myself awake. I thought I'd do a spontaneous since all I had to do was look at my phone and look at the news real quick, and it kind of got me boiling. And see if I can articulate this point real quick. Once again, I don't know whoever watches these things or whatever, but maybe no one. That's the way it seems when it comes down to watching what goes on with our elected officials on both sides of the aisle, mind you. And the issue I'm going to jump right on this morning is abortion. And just give you a brief background, my opinion. Once again, drives right down the middle. You know, we have the technology, the ingenuity, and all the science, medical and whatnot, to guide us to have informed decisions. Okay? On how to handle this, how to put down a law. And we have elected people that, for what reason, I don't know, they have a hard time. I know why, but they have a hard time with discernment because they want to wear their funny little hats. I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat. You know, and a lot of them. I'm sure there's a few that aren't, but those that aren't being heard in this realm. And when it comes down to abortion, we have all that technology to guide us to do an informed decision and law, for crying out loud. If it's a heartbeat that you're looking for as a starting point or midpoint in saying, you know, whatever, and that can fall on whatever week, that's fine. But you need to understand something. There are a lot of heartbeats in a fetus that is going to have major complications long before it comes out. Okay? But at least it's a starting point. At least it's a starting point. In discussion, in debating, we've lost, our constituents have really a hard time with this, and I don't know why we elected them in there if that's the case. You know, quit pointing fingers about whether Roe versus Wade should have been in or out or what the case was. We have it right now within our realms to talk about these things. Also keep in mind that if a woman is carrying a child and once that heartbeat is established, if that heartbeat becomes no more, it is beyond inhumane to think that that woman has to carry it and naturally abort it with the technology that we have. Note, I haven't hit any spiritual, I haven't hit any party line or denomination or whatever to come to these decisions. That's just using the heartbeat. That's the main principle. I mean, just one little line. Draw the damn line and start from there. Find out those things that you are in agreement with and move on to the next ones. Maybe you'll be able to pound out a law. You know, maybe not everyone's always going to be happy. No one's happy 100% of the time. But at least come to a decision rather than watching the country pull their hair out because you are incapable of making a decision, though you have been elected to do so. It blows my mind how these people, especially ones that are in there with schooling, you're thinking with your diploma and not with your heart and understanding. We have the technology to guide us through these. It's like opening up a box of something to assemble and just ripping right into it. At some point, you've got to look just to make sure and look at the directions. Make sure you're not, messing it up. We have that. And like what I said, pick a spot. If it doesn't work on both sides of the aisle, then you pick another spot. Don't sit there and argue back and forth about how we got here. We got here because we were goddamn born. Period. That's end of story. From your most meekest that you never hear about to Marjorie Taylor Greene, who won't shut her mouth. We're all here for a reason. Those that are elected in there are in there for a reason. Make the damn decision. And it's not that hard. Use the science that we have. There was a philosopher or someone or Einstein that had said, we're all children. And he was talking about the bomb, but we're all children playing with toys that we don't know how to play with or something. I'm paraphrasing it. We're playing with toys that we shouldn't be playing with, or that we don't, we're inventing these things and we don't know what we're doing with them. It's kind of the same thing. We have been given the gift of technology and ingenuity and intelligence. We've got doctors that are working round the clock on things. We've survived the latest 100-year virus thing with better knowledge, and casualties that amounted in the millions. Okay, we have the intelligence to do these things, great leaps and bounds. However, when it comes down to accepting the results for scientific endeavors and those achievements, to let them help us in guiding heavy decisions like abortion, we run into our own pride, which blinds us tremendously. I don't understand, but I thought I'd throw this out there. This what energizes me before my morning coffee, obviously. It's a touchy subject. It's a touching subject. But there is a line between those two. And it's as simple as just picking a spot and working from there. And if anybody else tries to bring up something outside that fringe, you shut them down and you say, no, we've gone down that road 100 times till we're insane. Start a new approach. I say, personally, it's a heartbeat. Am I realizing that before the heartbeat that is a child? Yeah. Why? Because of my faith, because of God, or because of whatever. That tells me. It's not going to be a mule. It's not going to be an eel. Okay? It's going to be a human. But when that heartbeat hits, boom, it opens up such a door. Such a door. Because you can have a brain dead child still with that heartbeat going. And now you do have a paradox. Now you do have a question that you need answered. Once that heartbeat stops and it's still in the woman, now you do have a question. Now you do have a situation that warrants humanity and compassion. And that's what it's all about. It's compassion for each other. No matter what hat you're wearing. Yeah, it's a woman's decision. But it took a man also in there. And if that person is willing to take part in that, they have some say so. Don't count them out. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be having this discussion. At some point, there was love. And that love and compassion is what made that child. Things that we have to deal with. Be adults about it. Nothing but love. I hope everyone has a beautiful day.